YouTube family, it's me again, the Experiential Being. As you can see, I have my apron on, and yes, it says sugar-free and sweet. Anywho, I wanted to post a video today to share with you some of the items that I use when I am baking my cookies, baking my cupcakes, and avoiding sugar. I posted a video maybe about 2 days ago about a lot of things that I have eliminated from my diet and about what works for me. And sugar was one of those things. I will admit that I used to be highly addicted to sugar. Sugar in my cereal, sugary drinks, sugary treats, cakes, cookies, pies, you name it, I loved it. So, at first when I started on keto about almost 8 months now, it's been about 7 months, but it's almost 8 months. In the beginning I did struggle with weaning myself off from sugar completely, but once it became a mindset and I started telling myself, you know, hey, you got this, you're doing it for better health, you're doing it so you know your body won't have any issues. It was time for me to just let the sugar go, and so I cut a lot of things out. But I did want to share with you some of the things that I do use when I am in the kitchen and I'm baking. There are a few items that I will pick up at my local grocery store. Over here, I have a sugar substitute, and there are many, many options out there. My favorite one is the Swerve. Okay, you can pick this up from Publix, you can pick this up from Sprouts, you can pick it up from Whole Foods. I just started seeing this in Walmart. A lot of times, Swerve is hard to get because it goes so fast. I guess a lot of people are picking up the same sugar, and so now the Swerve is nowadays it doesn't stay on the shelf very long. But Swerve is one of my favorites that I like to use. Cakes, cookies, cheesecake. I'll even put Swerve in my coffee if I want to sweeten my coffee just a little bit. The good thing about Swerve is it doesn't raise your, it doesn't spike your insulin as much as a lot of other artificial sweeteners do. Another one that I like to use is stevia, and occasionally I'll use some monk fruit. But so yeah, my sugar substitute is Swerve, stevia, and monk fruit. There are a few others, such as you have xylitol, erythritol. There's plenty of them. The only thing about most of them is some of them have an aftertaste, and I was looking for something that tastes almost like sugar, but isn't sugar. Like I wanted the same sweetness, and so those are the items that work for me. Another thing too is if you do choose to go sugar-free, be careful of a lot of food items that say sugar-free on them. Just because it says sugar-free doesn't necessarily mean that it may be good for you if you're someone who's a diabetic or someone who struggles with insulin spikes. Because I really don't like sucralose because of the aftertaste. But that's another one you want to be careful of because it'll raise your insulin, it'll spike your insulin. And there's another one, I can't quite remember. But if you read your food labels, you'll find it in there. Also, I like to use nut flours. I do not use any other grains or gluten. So I will pick up organic coconut flour. You can find it at Publix, Harris Teeter, Whole Foods, Sprouts, and then here I have the almond flour. Now the almond flour you can find at Walmart, and they actually have a pretty decent sized bag. I want to say for about $20. It lasts me quite a long time. So yeah, so when I'm baking, I'm using coconut flour and I am using almond flour. So what I am getting ready to do is bake some peanut butter chocolate chip cookies, which is my favorite, one of my favorites. And I am also going to bake some vanilla cupcakes with lemon icing. And so that's what I'll be working on. Cupcakes, my daughter, she loves them. But that's what I'll be working on. And so I'm going to get my ingredients together, put my desserts in the oven, and I will be back to show you the finished product. So, see you again soon. Okay, YouTube family, I'm back. And I finally finished preparing my vanilla and lemon cupcake and my chocolate chip cookies. Took me about a good 2 hours, but I'm totally finished and I'm glad that I am. Now I need to get this kitchen together because I made a huge mess. I will post pictures of the finished product at the end of this video. If you do plan to try the substitute sugars, or if you too also use the substitute sugars to bake your products, to bake your goods, your desserts, you can leave me a comment in the section below, and also maybe share some of your recipes or some of the things that you like to use your sugar substitutes for. So until next time, peace and love, YouTube family. Have a good day. Oh, and I just had to try one.